happy to take your place and do the exact same thing that you do, or maybe even more. So you can't look at yourself as the only person that does what you do, because if you do that, you are setting yourself up for failure.
You have to have a separate, you have to have a business.
Not always,
as well
no.
as a personal.
No. And I'll talk about some of the differences here in a second. But no, you don't have to have both. So under the 80-20 rule, that means, like I said, on both your business page and your personal account, you should use the 80-20 rule. And on your business page, 80% might be, hey, we just helped somebody today, or hey, thanks so-and-so for coming in the store, or hey, did you feel the earthquake, or what are you doing for the hurricane, or whatever. Just regular stuff that's going on in the community, that's under the 80%. The 20% would be, hey, we've got a special, or hey, we're doing a contest, or hey, do you know so-and-so, I'd like an introduction to them. Those are all things that kind of fall under the 20%. Okay? Any questions about the 80-20 rule?
Well, with our company is always very prevalent on Facebook because of some of the very popular items, and there's so many members, and it's just, they're just kind of bombarded all over the place. But I'm kind of new with Facebook, so I don't really know how to.
Right. So the thing about it is you said you were with Amway, is that what you said you were?
Yes.
Okay. So you kind of have like some hurdles to get over anyway. So you want to spend most of your time on Facebook just interacting with people, getting to know them, talking to them, commenting on their stuff, and I'll show you how to comment and stuff in a minute. But you want to update your status and comment more. Go ahead.
Before we get out of here, maybe you could give us 5 or 6 people that you feel like are doing extremely
Well, I'm
good
going to do
job.
that. I'm going to show you some examples during this.
I have an example that I manage a wing festival, and there were 7,000 fans, and I was doing a live stream during the festival, and within 5 minutes I had 30 people commenting on stupid trivia questions that the wonderful trivia guy was doing, and I was just kind of following the live stream. And it was great with that many fans, I was connecting with them, and they were just, these people are crazy. And it was great, because I manage other sites that there's about 100 people and there's sometimes no conversations.
Right.
So I want to learn how to attract more attention.
Okay. So yeah, the idea really is I like to deal with small numbers, not big ones, because we don't live in a big world. Most people are voyeurs on Facebook. So there's 3 reasons that people are on Facebook. You have to ask yourself, why are they doing it? Not why you're doing it. So first reason that people are using Facebook is because they want to connect with other people. They don't want to connect with your business. They don't want to connect with groups or organizations. They're on there to connect with other people. The second reason people are on Facebook is because they're nosy and they want to know other people's business. Okay, now nosy kind of has a negative connotation, but it's not really negative. It just means that we all want to know what's going on with each other. And the third reason that people are on Facebook is because they want to be acknowledged. And what acknowledgement means is that people don't post status updates on Facebook because they don't want anyone to comment. They want people to comment. So as a business person, you should spend more of your time going out and commenting on people's stuff. And there are ways, even as a business page, that you can use Facebook to comment on other businesses. Okay? So that is how you strengthen your sphere, is by interacting with other people. And acknowledgement is the most important feature or most important thing that you can do, because again, no one cares about you or your business. They care about themselves. So you have to assume that everyone on Facebook is self-centered. You have to go out to them.
You made a statement just a minute ago that businesses should comment on other people's pages.
Right, other businesses, right?
Other businesses,
yes,
versus personal accounts.
Yeah, because a business page doesn't have the ability to interact with people.
That's okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Now you mentioned. Okay, you're telling me that I just need this Facebook account, but I don't need a business separate, and then you're saying personal page and business.
Well, because I'm talking to different people here. So, like for you personally, you don't need a business page because you are in a person-to-person kind of business. Okay? But Kathy, she's an interior designer. So she's actually what I would consider on the borderline. I don't really know that.
But I have
Kathy,
a business. I have a retail
Right, but she has a retail store, right? So that's
Bricks and mortar.
right.
Oh,
So if you have a solid location, you automatically pretty much need one.
oh.
You know, if you are like Bob here, Bob doesn't need a business page. Even though a lot of real estate companies are telling their realtors to go out and create them, it's kind of like a waste of their time because the majority of his business is going to come from person-to-person referrals. And so you should assess your own business and say, well, where does most of my business come from? Does most of my business come from people that I meet on the street or people that call me from Google or what have you? Is it, you know, that kind of thing. If you have customers, then you probably need a business page. But if you have customers that really turn into clients/friends most of the time, then you're in a business, you're in a people business. Okay, so the first thing I mentioned was a personal account. This is my personal page on Facebook. And you can see that my profile picture is, you know, it's the Denver Broncos thing. I probably should take that down after this morning. But it's not relevant. I'm a fan, so it's going to be there for at least a week or so. But you can see my picture is not necessarily like anything professional or anything. It's just there. It's personal because I want my Facebook friends to know stuff about me. And now all of my Facebook friends know that Damien's a Bronco fan. There's no question.
They're taking that one back.
What's that?
They're taking that one back
No,
today.
it's not going back. I mean, I've been a Bronco fan since I was 7, and I'm 33 now, so I've been long enough. It's not going away. All right. Now, when I click on my photos, I'll just show you like some of my profile pictures, just in general, so you can get an idea. My profile pictures are not generally professional pictures because this is my personal account. There are a couple every now and then I'll post one, but for the most part, I just post funny stuff that's going to make people like wonder what that is or ask questions or whatever.
Why do you have that wig on your head?
Right, I don't have any. I wouldn't wear a wig. Yeah.
Like, don't you have a wig?
But anyway, you can get the point. You can see I have like, and almost all of them have a message of some sort that are attached to them. So someone's always going to ask me like, hey, why do you have that up there if it's not like straightforward? So,
Damien, on those profile pictures, you know, if you're gonna be using this for business.
no naked pictures, Bob.
Do what?
Okay,
Well,
but
yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty much where I was going. Is that I was looking at one this morning that you know is supposed to be a kind of leaning towards business, but it looks like she just threw a bunch of her college pictures up there, and
Right.
you know the toga parties and I kissed a girl and that sort of stuff, and you know it was interesting to look at.
What kind of business is she in?
Something that was,
Yeah.
That might be relevant.
And that's kind of like more detailed. This is actually the intermediate class, but Facebook allows you to categorize your friends and privatize who can see what. So I can actually go on my Facebook and say, well, John is just a business contact, so I don't want him to see my drunken college pictures. I can do that. And I can actually say, well, if I'm going to do a status update and I'm going to say, you know, something political like, who are those hacks that were in that debate last night? Or I hate all the conservative candidates, if I'm a conservative, then I can put that just to my political friends so that all my regular friends aren't turned off by that. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care who sees what on my Facebook page. Because that's just who I am. And anybody here, if you're a business, you should be thinking, okay, well, how much of my life do I really want people to see? And again, I don't really filter at all. I don't believe in that. But everybody's different.
Well, there's
So-
a fine line between authenticity, which I think you have to be authentic on Facebook. You have to be who you are.
Right.
Like if you met me on Facebook and you meet me in person, you need to know you should get that it's the same person. But I also think that there's something to be said for editing a little bit of who
Right.
sees what.
I have to agree with Kim there. I think, well, because of the nature of my business, politics can be kind of dicey,
Right.
and religion too. So I kind of stay away from attacking one side or the other or one.
And like I said, that's why
I mean,
everybody's different.
that could come back to bite you as a
But
business
you don't have to,
owner.
like I said, that's my personal thing.
I know that is you.
Right. That's me.
Well, the other thing is, like, I don't filter anybody. I just stay away from really controversial topics for the most part. I don't post politics and I don't post religious stuff because it's not a big enough part of my day that I want it.
Right.
But
it's
revolve
a-
around that. So.
But it's a fine line though, because the idea of Facebook is to get people to engage you.
Right.
And if you never say anything risky, you're never going to get people interacting with you the way that you should. So I'm not saying that you should say that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go out and post a bunch of politically controversial things or religious things. But you should look at the community. Like one of the big things that I posted about was light rail. Like, you know, there's all these people talking about light rail, and you know, I am not a huge fan of it. Go down to downtown Norfolk now, and you'll see that the light rail stations are officially empty. There's a reason for that.
Train came, picked everybody up.
That's since the start, though, Sarah.
We won't even go into this.
So now that the light rail is not free anymore, people don't ride it. It's just the nature of the beast. But anyway,
9,000 people rode it on Saturday. 5,000 people rode it yesterday.
yeah.
But who's counting?
And their break-even point
But
is
the whole purpose of
2,900,
it
so
wasn't
they're
for the
doing
weekends,
well.
it was for
5,000 people rode it during the weekday.
But it's just getting started though, I mean, how long?
Anyway,
We're off subject,
the point being,
But that would be something, if
Right.
Damien wrote that on his Facebook, I would write on it and we would start.
Write that on
engaging
there, and if
people.
I can fire my computer up, I'm gonna respond.
so the thing about it is you are taking advantage of it. As a business person, you're taking advantage of the fact that people are nosy, right? So if they're nosy, then you want to post things that are going to make nosy people listen up and do something. So my goal when I post something on Facebook is to get 1 to 2% of my Facebook friends to interact with me on a daily basis. So we'll scroll down, you can see I've got 1,708 friends. And I know like 95% of them, I've met them like in person. 95% of my friends. Now, the rest of them, they might have been in one of my classes, I didn't get to meet them, or sometimes if they're a realtor, I generally don't say no to realtors because probably like 50% of my business comes from real estate. So I just would be stupid to say no to a realtor that requests me as a friend. But on a daily basis, I want to post and get, what, 17, people or so on my Facebook to interact with me.
New people?
What's that?
New people?
No, just friends. I want to get 17 people. Okay, so, right. Now, if I can get 100 people to interact with me on a daily basis, then I'm doing good. So I shoot for about 17 people every time I post. Now sometimes, if it's not really that interesting, you're not going to see a lot of posts on it, but
Let's back up to the friend thing for a second.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about friends?
okay.
Suppose someone sends you a friend request and you have no earthly idea who they are.
Well,
Tell me about that.
okay,
you
let's
know?
go up here. Okay, here's my friend requests. Right now I've got 239 pending friend requests.
Oh, good, I've got 104.
Yeah.
And it's actually more than that, but eventually people start unselecting you. Like at one point it's been up to 310. I don't friend everybody.
I get hurt if people don't friend me though.
Well, it's Facebook,
Especially
it's not
family.
real life. So you gotta get over it. It's just like real life. I mean, if,
Okay, gotcha.
okay, Kathy, in your lifetime, how many men have asked for your phone number and you said no?
A lot of them.
Thank you.
Oh, she's just saying that.
So there's payback.
No, I put it on the bathroom
You know
stall.
what they say about payback, right? What's that?
I put it on the bathroom stall.
So anyway, you get the point though. It's like, it's life. People are
Got
gonna want
it.
to be your friend, you're gonna say no, they're gonna want to be your
But
friend.
if someone that I don't know, I mean, is
Is it a personal or a business page?
Well, you can't say no on a business page,
Yeah.
you're just
No,
stuck.
you
Yeah.
cannot say,
Then you have to assess them. You look at their profile. If I look at their profile and I don't see enough data to determine who they are, then I don't say no.
and I look at
Yeah,
mutual
mutual
friends,
friends, yeah.
that's
See the
one
mutual
of the
friends.
criteria, mutual friends. If
Right.
they,
I'm actually the opposite of that.
Okay.
If I have like 300 mutual friends with someone or 80 mutual friends with somebody, like these two, you can see, first of all, these two are businesses that have used Facebook against Facebook policy. They have personal pages that are businesses. Okay? So you're not allowed to do that. So
wait
I'll
a
probably-
minute, I'm lost on that one.
Okay, one of them says Blue Talon Bistro and the other one's Bob's
I got that one
Toothpick
too.
City.
I think I have.
They're just people who go through Facebook and friend everybody.
Friend phone.
Oh, they're farming,
Right.
okay, gotcha.
So the thing about that is it doesn't matter how many friends you have on Facebook. Because if none of them interact with you, then you're wasting your time. And I can show you some examples, but let's go through some other stuff. If you guys
Okay,
want me
sorry,
to,
thank you.
If you want me to show you examples of that later, I will.
Okay. Facebook, because I don't do it very much, it's very time consuming for me.
Right.
I guess I need to get over it, but Facebook sends me these things saying that there are people that are waiting to
Be your friend?
something like that, and
Okay.
I go there and I don't know these faces or anything about these
Right.
people.
Well, you don't have to. It's all permission based. So you don't have to say yes or that you even want to be friends with
But
people you don't
why
know.
do the people do that?
Well, people aren't necessarily doing it. Sometimes Facebook
Oh.
is an extremely intelligent platform. So let's just say that me, Kim, and Bob are friends, okay?
Yes.
And they are both friends with John. Okay, Facebook is going to say, well, since your other two friends are friends with John, then you might know him too. And if Kathy's friends with John, then it's going to be even more likely that Facebook is going to think that I might know John.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but that's
know
not the same as an invite.
there are
No,
some
that's
people.
what she said. Facebook sends you suggestions saying, hey, these are people you may know.
But there are some people from the church I attend that I'm friends with, and they tell me about the other people who I have not interacted with that are also.
Mhm.
But these are strangers is what I'm talking about.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is Facebook is just triangulating. Okay, we all know the cliche. It's a small world, right? Okay, it's a really, really small world, and Facebook just proves that it's even smaller. Okay.
Okay, so you click on these people and you see something. I did that one time, and there was absolutely nothing there that would, entice me to.
Right. But it's just because you have mutual friends with them.
So you just click ignore.
So you just ignore them. Right.
Click ignore.
So you don't have to be friends with people if you don't know them. It's not.
Then again, in your case, they may do laundry, so they may need some of that hello.
Then you can
whatever.
always delete them if you don't like what they
Well,
post.
yeah, that's how I'm kind of thinking, but.
So like today we're here kind of talk more about strategy and about concepts, but like hopefully maybe I'll put another baseball class together with the Retail Alliance and we can kind of get more down into usage stuff. So, okay, we talked about the 80-20 rule, sphere of influence marketing. Are there any questions about anything so far before I start talking about examples and things like that? No? All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of businesses that are local that use Facebook, right? Well, first of all, if you get a chance, go and like the Retail Alliance's page. Retail Alliance could use some help, but that's kind of like neither here nor there. What's that?
All right, tell me why. Yeah, tell me why.
Because remember I talked about the 1 to 2%, right? So they've got 800 people on their page. Right, they've got 800, so they want to get about 8 to 16 comments every time they post, right? That's 1 to 2%. But when they post, they don't really get any comments or likes. That's not good. That's why they need.
Then my business page sucks.
And that's just because you haven't been using it.
Yeah, but you're not working it either.
You're
They
right.
update every day.
That's all that is.
So maybe questions as opposed to posts might be,
We have to make
draw
Well,
people in a little better.
It's not, you're getting too trapped into mechanics. It's not necessarily questions. It doesn't have to be that. It could be just something random. It could be a funny video that a retail store has done, or hey, a new member, or they're not. They need to do more to post things that retailers find interesting. And what this message is saying is that retailers don't find their stuff interesting. All right, so they got 865 people. Let's go to A. Dodson's now. Okay, A. Dodson's, they're a retail store, middle of nowhere.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Okay, A. Dodson's, again, if you go out on
17 Bridge
17,
Road.
and after you pass 664, you just keep on going for like 5 miles until you see like farmland and stuff
Like
that are out there. Okay, from here, what's that?
What city?
It's in
Suffolk,
Suffolk.
it's in Suffolk,
From
The
here,
17 building.
right.
yeah.
So from where? What's
Well,
that?
it's not
17
really
Well,
farmland.
Right. It's not farmland just yet. It's like the end
It's
of
right
line.
at the Bennett Pasture Road, right there
But-
at Nancy.
The point is like in order for a customer that doesn't live in Suffolk to go there, they have to really, really want to go there.
What do they have?
everything.
So it's a girl store. Yeah, they got like antiques and apparel, and if you're a woman, I guarantee you, if there's a vortex of any kind, you will go in there and you will leave with less money in your pocket.
Shopping spree.
Without question.
Yeah, it's a fear.
It's 3 little houses and they have all sorts of neat things in them.
Okay.
That's cool.
So anyway,
Dodson.
just so you know, for all of you that are kind of not sure about using Facebook, I sat down with Allison like 2 years ago. She had 65 likes, fans at that time, and she was like, screw Facebook. The only reason why you're in here is because the 6 women that work in my store said that I need somebody to talk to me about Facebook. Okay, so she was extremely resistant, and she's 40. Okay, so she wasn't really that old. She's a young lady. She's got 5 kids.
Wow.
She's got, actually, no, she's got 4 kids. One of them was just born like 2 months ago, and she has 2 businesses that she runs. So for the people that say Facebook is time consuming and takes a lot of my time, okay, this lady doesn't have time. All right. So A-Dotsons has 2,100 people who like their page, and since they just went over 2,000, they had a 2,000 party on Friday. They had 50% off everything in the store, and this little store on Bridge Road, you couldn't find a spot in the parking lot. People were parking on the street, and there was a traffic jam just to get into her store.
I saw that on
That's a good
Friday.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The line to get in the store, I mean, to get to the register was over 30 minutes long. And just to give you an idea, the store is probably maybe about 1/3 bigger than this room. Full of women. Okay, I went there. It was like,
Target-rich environment.
anyway, thanks, Sarah. Moving right along, they were way out of my age range.
Yeah.
But
How do you leave?
okay, A-Dotsons, probably that too. They posted something on 9/11, and they got 13 people who liked that post. Okay?
Are likes good?
Yeah,
Likes are
versus
just as
comments?
good.
Okay.
as good as a response.
Interaction of any kind.
So that could be part of the 1 to 2%, not comments, but
Right.
likes?
Interaction, 1 to
Okay.
2%
Okay.
interaction.
Now, is that on every post you're looking for that 2% or just 2% a day?
A day.
A day. So,
Right.
I post several times a day and only 3 people
Yeah.
responded based on my 155 friends, but I'm good.
Exactly.
I still feel wrong.
Well,
You gotta
the
make
thing
some more
about it
friends.
is,
I know.
you will get, the thing about it is, you will get more interaction from your friends if you spend more of your time going out and interacting with them. So people, again, are self-centered. And in business, one of the things that we have lost sight of is we're so used to going out, trying to push our business out. But really, you're really trying on Facebook with interaction is you're trying to get more people to pay attention to you. And if you don't say that what they have has value, then they're not going to say the way you say has value. It's a fairly simple karmic principle there.
So we should be responding one way or another to what other people are posting up on their stuff.
Right. So here you go. A woman named Lisa McIvor has been extended. Okay, they're not even good with grammar here because people don't care, right? But they extended their 50% sale because they couldn't get in the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
So they extended it like a couple of days or whatever, and they got 16 people who liked it and a bunch of comments. So the idea really is to get people on your page interacting with stuff. Doesn't matter what they're interacting with, just trust me here.
Somebody's interacting with you right now?
What's that?
I
Yeah,
just
someone
posted.
someone likes my comment. I think it's because 2 of my friends, for those of you that don't know, I was in Campers magazine last year, and 2 of my friends that were in the magazine with me, basically I had lunches with them, and they were like, yeah, I feel like I'm stuck in what I'm doing. Well, one of them is going to New York for a dream job, and the other one's going to London, probably forever. Okay, so I posted a comment saying, hey, wow, it's just that you guys have a dream come true, and that kind of stuff. So a bunch of people commented on that.
I just sent a post, so I don't know if that'll come up.
On my profile, or
Just general.
it might show up in my feed. But back to them, you can see A-Dotsons, they just get tons of comments. Look at that, 29, 30 likes, I don't count Allison, and then 8 comments.
Is it acceptable to like your own stuff?
I am not a proponent of liking your own stuff.
Because that just seems like self-serving.
Giving yourself a half-ass.
But,
Giving yourself a half hour when you do it.
but, I mean, you know, that's preference. We'll call that preference. But anyway, so this is a place out in Bridge Road that has there's no real reason for people to go there. It's not like it's Walmart, it's just, what's that?
Except for all the good stuff.
Right, except for all the good stuff that they do, and they do Facebook extremely well. And they run contests. One thing that they're doing that's really cool is they have a roundup contest where nonprofits compete for their fan base, and they actually, whenever someone does a transaction, they just round it up to the nearest dollar. So if it's $10.50, then it's rounded up to $11, and then that 50 cents goes to the one nonprofit a month. Make sense? So, I mean, they raise literally hundreds of dollars a month, sometimes thousands, for a charity. Like, I guarantee you that on Friday when they had their party, they probably raised $1,000 for a nonprofit. I mean, there were just so many people there. Let's see, you can see the nonprofits. They say, hey, which charity would you like to choose? Here are some to pick from. You click on it, you vote, and then you're done. Okay?
Do they round up every purchase everybody makes? Don't you have to?
Well, they
have
ask.
a position?
They ask first.
Yeah,
Hey, do
they
you
have
wanna
to
round up?
ask,
Just like
and
a-
it's like at Farm Fresh, when you go in there and you wanna do the CHKD, they ask you, they don't automatically do
Right.
it.
What's the webpage address for them?
A dots and,
Facebook.com/A
Go to their
Dotsons.
info page.
all you have to do is search.
Yeah, if you search A
Dotsons.
Dotsons,
Yeah,
it'll come up.
Yeah, I know, but I just, sometimes I don't know.
Well, no, on Facebook. Facebook has a little search bar right here at the top. It's right on Facebook.
No, I was asking about their web,
Oh, their website? I think it's adotsons.net,
that's what I was asking.
but I'm not sure.
Google is your friend.
Oh, it's adotsons.com.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, adotsons.com.
Sometimes I really just go straight to it, so.
All right.
Oh, shoot, Sarah.
So, another store, Connie's Kids, they're also a retail store in Chesapeake. Connie's got 2,200 people who like her page. Wow, her interactions are down. She used to get like insane comments. She ran a Kid of the Month contest a couple months ago, and she gained, I want to say, 1,000 people in 4 days.
You know.
Just because she ran a contest, 2 people got involved, and that's why contests are important. So I know that, good.
Go ahead.
I know that you're a nonprofit, right? So for a nonprofit, it's easy to post stuff on Facebook because you're always helping people, you're always in the community. But the question is, how do you grow your fan base? And what you do is just instead of taking, someone may donate $100 to you, and instead of taking $100 from a business, you get something from them, and then you do a co-branding type of thing where, say, like it's dinner for 2 at Bruce Chris or something, and you take that and then you say, hey, we're going to give this away when we reach 500 fans or likes or whatever, and then people are going to compete for it. So.
Can you talk a little bit about contests on Facebook though, because aren't there certain rules and things Facebook?
Yeah, there are. Yeah. You have to you're supposed to run contests through the applications feature. Not very many people are doing it. And that's just because the applications feature requires you to know some nerdy stuff that the average business person isn't going to learn.
All right, where is the application feature?
It's just under apps. If you go
That's part of the nerdy
under the
stuff.
search feature, you just search the word apps.
Okay.
Anyway, but the idea behind running a contest is, first of all, you have to offer something that people actually want. Okay, and if it's something for your business, it's probably not something they want. Really, it's not. But you got to give away something outside of your business. With Amway, it might be a little bit different because you might have something cool, like you might give away like an iPad or Blackberry TV or something. After you've gotten tons of business out of your Facebook account, or people are doing something like sending people your way, but you want to kind of continuously be thinking about what people want. In one way, like the Retail Alliance can do, is they can just ask a question, hey, we want to do a giveaway, what do you guys want? And people are going to tell you. Okay? So co-branding is the way that you run a contest, and I recommend running all contests through your website instead of using it through applications. So if you create something on your website that says, hey, we're doing this Facebook contest, you can drive people from Facebook to your website. It's a win-win. So instead of having to worry about running through applications, you just do it through.
All right, my website is not interactive, I don't think.
It can be, it just has to be set up.
Okay.
It can be. For
What if
that,
you
it
don't
can,
have-
that can be done, that's easy.
Okay.
What if you don't have a website? I'm hoping to make Facebook my website.
Then you just run it through Facebook. That's fine. I mean, since you're doing, I mean, you said you're selling stuff like flea market items. I don't know the name of the company, but Connie sent me. There's this one company that actually runs auctions on their Facebook page. It is the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's like it's a children's clothing store. It's like on a national scale. And all they do is they basically say, hey, we got like 10 of these red little baby dresses. Who wants them? And they're like, well, we got them in these sizes. Hey, it's not even an auction. It's just saying, we have this many in inventory, and send us a PayPal. As soon as you PayPal us the money, we'll ship it to you.
Those who are selling things on the internet need to be really careful that you have a business license and that you are collecting the appropriate taxes. And that's one of the pitfalls of trying to sell stuff on the internet.
See, I thought in Virginia you didn't have to collect sales taxes on internet sales.
Yeah, online
it's sold
sales.
out of state.
I don't think that. I think
That's only on out-of-state stuff.
yeah, it's out of state sales, I believe. But
But I'm just saying,
If I sold anything to somebody on the internet out of state, I'm supposed to collect that state sales tax.
no. If it's sold to someone in Virginia,
in Virginia,
and that's the idea with Facebook is you're going to capture mostly people that are local. You're not
you'll
gonna
have to
capture a
collect
ton of
sales
out-of-state.
tax on anything that you sell to someone in Virginia.
Okay.
All right. So, anybody want me to look at their page?
You can look at mine. It's
Look,
bad.
Personal or business?
Well, it's gonna be both.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
No.
all right. So you got 170 people on your page.
That's
For
not
interior
good.
designer, that's good. I mean, you're trying to compare yourself to somebody that has literally probably 1,000 customers a week that comes in their store. I would hope they have 2,000 likes on their Facebook page. You, on the other hand, not so much. So you might have 3 customers a month.
Let's hope, honey, let's hope.
See what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
you, so.
Yeah.
But the idea really is, okay, look, you posted your, let's see, 10 years ago today, I signed the lease. Okay, and you got 6 people that comment that like that. So I don't know what you're talking about
I
how
signed
you're
the
saying
lease
that no one likes your stuff.
10 years ago yesterday.
Okay.
9/11 happened when I did it, and I thought, well, hell, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, you know, and then I made some pithy statement about, you know, if we all come together, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting
Look.
great feedback.
People are interacting
Yeah.
with your stuff though.
But it's the same people, it's not new people,
Well, that's fine, but at least you have
people that
are interacting. The idea really is to get those people to start talking more about your business.
And there are people who are looking and not clicking or commenting. That's the thing, there's sort of an invisible presence out there. I've had people come up to me the weekend after I posted something and they were like, oh, I saw that you did blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you did? And they had read it, they hadn't clicked like or commented, but they had read it.
But if you're getting that constant feedback, you know it's relative. Even if it's the same people, it is relative to people. Where if you post it and nobody responds, I always think, well, apparently that wasn't, I don't want to post funny stuff like, well, that wasn't nearly as good as I thought it was.
See, the difference is like they're not people who work for you. You know, if it was like the same 6 people and they were your employees, that would be different. But they're not. They don't have to do that. They're choosing to.
I mean, you're gonna have more response from people who are your close friends anyway. I mean, I get a lot more, I have a lot of responsiveness on my page, but a lot of that is like, it's my good friends, like Damien and I comment on each other's stuff constantly because we're close and we see each other all the time. So
Right.
there's more, you're gonna have more of that. But I'm really happy when I get the odd comment from someone I haven't seen in 6 months. That's cool. Because if I made them respond, then that's quite something. But, I mean, I think that's part of it. It's just, it's a flow thing. You can't if you overthink it too much, you won't be able to be authentic and spontaneous and be yourself.
John?
I'm getting virtually no comments, anything I post, so obviously I'm not doing a good job of that.
How often do you go out and comment on people's stuff?
Occasionally.
3 or 4 times a week, maybe. I didn't think that much. 3 or 4
Okay.
times a week, maybe.
So the thing about it is, for every one time you update your status, you should comment on 5 things.
Okay. What do you think about having multiple administrators of the page?
Well, yeah, you need
To
that.
help you.
What is it, and I don't understand that, what is that?
That'll help you have other people can post to your page as well as yourself.
Okay, so the
that
Retail
you-
Alliance has 7 people that admin their page. So there's 7 people that have the ability to update as the Retail
Oh, well
Alliance.
then, okay, well, it's
You
me
and
and the
Doug
answer
should-
machine, she can't do that.
What's that?
It's me and the answer machine, and she can't update.
Well, you and Doug should at least be the administrators of your page.
Of my page?
Yes.
Okay.
Because if something happens, your account gets deleted, you at least have somebody that has to back up.
My wife snoops on my page, I guess, in the picture, just to see what's going on there, but she never posts anything. I ought to make her administrator, maybe she
Yes,
can
you
post something
should,
once in a
yeah.
while.
Right. Now, on your personal account, you can't have an admin for that. We're talking about your business page. So,
So for every post that you make, update that you make on your page,
right,
you should comment on,
5 other people's posts.
okay.
Or like.
For all business related?
No.
What about if you handle multiple, pages?
Right.
Can you post the same thing, or is that bad?
To all the pages?
Yeah,
No way. That's like
Okay.
the most inauthentic thing you can
that's
do.
what I thought.
It's like,
Repeat your question.
If you wanted to put the same, like 9/11, I posted the exact same page, the
Mhm.
same thing on multiple pages.
right.
And that's not being authentic.
Well, it's
Multiple
like, think
pages.
about it like this. Let's just say that I like Jake's and I like Atlanta bread, and I see the same thing
Yeah.
coming from him, and I'm gonna be like, oh, then they must be the same person posting
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah.
It's like your audience is totally different. That's just like people who update to their Facebook, their LinkedIn, and their Twitter. It's like the
Yeah.
exact same thing going to 3 pages is a total waste of time because your audience is totally different. Like if I go on LinkedIn right now, I guarantee you I'm gonna look in the feed and I'm gonna see someone talking about how they just walked their dog or something. LinkedIn is a business site.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that to me? I don't wanna see that crap. Or if I'm a Twitter person, I'm into conversation. Facebook is more post something and see what happens. Twitter is more back and forth. So why would you post something that's designed for a fire and forget, wait and see type of thing when you're supposed to be interacting with people?
So increasing the likes, whether you know them or not, on a business page is a good thing, you would say, is that right?
Well, I think
Not
that's,
necessarily. It doesn't. You can. I mean, you want qualified likes. So you don't want people that are into sports and fishing if you're trying to get people that are into promotional products or whatever. It's like if that's what you're doing, you want people that are interested in the similar things to what your business is, unless you're going to talk about sports on your page. In which case, then you want to drop
The
it.
reason I asked about the likes thing, when we were talking about maybe, improving with another,
Right, co-branding.
what like what Dodson was doing, whatever the name of that place was. Maybe, getting a charity or a nonprofit or something like that, having a period of time that they advertise on their Facebook page that, go to so-and-so's page and like them, advertise and like them. Each like they get from this period of time, that period of time, they will donate $1 to our charity or something
Right.
like that.
Mhm.
So that, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but the
No.
quality of the lead might not,
Right,
the like
exactly.
might not be there.
But the odds are people aren't seeing your post about that unless they're somewhat relevant. Because they've got to be directed towards your feed somehow to know to see. So random people aren't just saying, well, maybe I'll like this company unless they're relevant
Well, I
to
don't-
you.
Okay.
Because you want, what you want is you want the word to spread organically. Like if you're doing something like that, that from what I'm saying, you're gonna, let's say you're the nonprofit, like it's you, and you guys are doing a thing together, and you're saying, okay, for every like that this guy gets between September 1st and September 30th, he's gonna give us $1. So
Right.
you would advertise that on your page, so all your followers would see that and hopefully like his page.
Right.
But what you also would have to do is literally ask people to share this message to your friends. You know, I mean, the whole.
Wow, that could be expensive.
The hardest, well, no, and the hardest thing to do is to ask. Like, people act like you can't ask for anything. Ask. That's what's perfect.
if you
Ask.
don't ask, you don't get.
But that's, I mean, as far as to get a qualitative lead and get remarket, that's pretty, $1 per click on your website is pretty cheap in the realm of internet marketing.
Or could you offer like a $25 gift certificate?
Per like.
No, total.
It's a contest, but hold on, she got a question, so.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, we do something similar, like when we have businesses that help us raise money, or even when I'm going to a meeting like this today, and what I'll do is, this might be taken to a whole new level, but I'll tag that business, so what you can do is make it clickable, so when they see my status, I might say, oh, I love.
What's your
Kathy
page
Mackin's
again?
Interior design, Access Aid Care.
Is Candy a part of your name?
Yeah. And so I might say, oh, you know, I'm so thankful for what Kathy Knack did at Candy 20 years ago.
And I did.
I know. When I heard your name, I was like, oh, I know that name. And then people can just automatically click, and they just go right to her page, and that's kind of cool too, so that they don't have to go search for Kathy Knack. I literally tagged it so someone can click right on it. I don't know if I'm taking it to a different.
I was just gonna ask that question.
So if I wanted to do something for aid access, I could say for every, I don't know, people, I am more anything.